You will never exceed your highest expectation. If you are thinking you're not capable on something, this is true. But it's also true that you can do anything if you believe in your abilities. Why don't people understand? This is not the first time I'm talking about it. You just put limits on yourself. In your head, you restrict your horizons, deciding where the opportunity begins and ends. That person is truly strong, who is free from two things: fears and limits. Everything is possible for him. Think about it. How often did you succeed if you didn't believe that you can make it? If you have the picture in your mind how you fail, how all the people laugh on you and point with a finger, these are the minds that will appear in your head in the very unnecessary moment and will prevent you from doing what you have to do. But what if you surround yourself with positivity? What if you remove all the limits and before making the first step you will think something like that? Okay, what I'm going to do is only the small part of what I'm capable of. So why shouldn't I win? A Formula 1 driver is unlikely to be worried about the trip to the nearest grocery store. It's easy for him. Do you know what's the reason? His mindset. He just believes that he can do more. He knows his capabilities. So in this video I want to tell you about 3 lessons from my life that taught me you expect more, you get more. The first story is about how every month I set myself an extremely difficult financial goals and always met them. Almost always. I think I started following this strategy when at the age of 16 I made more money than my parents. The logic is simple. Now you're here on the point A, you want to be here on the point B and even maybe go further, so don't limit yourself. Why don't you believe that you can overperform the task and go far ahead? It will help you in 2 cases. Firstly, you are more likely to achieve this particular goal. And secondly, who knows, maybe you'll go far beyond your own limit. Just do your best and believe that you are capable of anything. That's pretty much what I do. So, I always know how much money I make and constantly set myself goals much higher than this norm. Even if you make $1,000 a month and want to make $20,000 in 30 days, it's not crazy. The point is to free your mind from any restrictions. Perhaps you will find a way how to do impossible. I usually set super goals that are 5 to 7 times higher than my norms. And maybe in 20–25% of cases I manage with them. However, I'm talking about different stuff. Yes, 20–25% doesn't seem like a huge completion rate, but I saw the result in any case. In 100% of cases it was very visible. From that particular moment when I realized this, I didn't have a single month when I wasn't satisfied by my growth. Making $1,000 in January, growing 20% a month, in July you'll make almost $3,000. Do you understand what I mean? Set impossible goals and go for them. Usually they'll be achievable. Checked on my personal experience. And by the way, the big goal to make the first billion also applies to this format. And do you think million will come faster if your mindset is aimed to billion, not to 100,000? Of course, the answer is obvious. The second story teaches that bold goals, they take you out of the comfort zone. And this is because of them you grow. I will repeat it once again. This is absolutely normal at the very beginning not to know how you'll achieve this task. You always realize it along the way, no matter how far you have to go to take it. Once I was in Moscow. At that time I was finishing my bachelor studies and was looking for a new university for a master's degree. I didn't know English and I've never lived in this city, and at some point I just thought, okay, let me create a new challenge. I decided to learn English in only 6 months, moved to Moscow and entered the Higher School of Economics. And I did it! The most difficult thing was to master the foreign language, but nothing is impossible. This decision resulted in a huge number of new victories. And for many it could sound strange, but not for me. Never let your comfort zone to keep you in one place. It prevents you from growing and achieving new heights. Bold goals are the best option to accomplish any task, and only they change your life. Modest desires don't have this charge to turn everything upside down. So no matter to be concentrated only on them. The third story will be more about how I think now. Today I don't set any limits to myself. And the only thing I truly believe is that everything is achievable. I always use the long-term planning to correct the course I'm in. It's very easy to get confused without it. I also create a plan for every month and even for a day, and usually I do it too hard. But why? On the one hand, if I plan to do 20 things today and manage to do only 5 of them, it can be a bit demotivating. But mostly it depends on your point of view. If I didn't set 20 tasks for today, probably I would be able to make only 2 or 3 of them, not 5. Demanding from yourself more, you actually achieve more. And this can't go without a positive trace. But here it's very important to learn how not to feel upset If you don't achieve all these goals at the same time, it's not the purpose of this method. It is designed to expand your limits and show that your potential is much more higher than you think. And of course, I have a big list of goals that now seem incredibly distant, kind of fantastic, you know? And when I complete them, I feel inspired and a bit apprehensive. It seems like I'm going crazy. But you know what? Now this list of craziest goals that I created for myself in the very beginning of this year, it's easier to achieve. Thanks to what? It's easy. I brought them closer because I believe that impossible simply doesn't exist. And one day in the future, when I will come to these cosmic results, I will say thank you to Kirill who once set right goals. Let's create the main idea once again. If you don't have any limits, everything is achievable. But when you fall into the limits trap, you create kind of walls between you and your goal. Nobody knows why you do this. Think free, and every goal will be just a new step for something bigger. Guys, as usually, thank you so much for watching my content. Today it was quite difficult to record this particular episode, but still, I'm here, I'm with you, and nothing will disturb me. So, if you like this episode, give me your like. If you don't, give me your dislike, follow this channel, and see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much.